record will serve to introduce you to some of the musical activities at Ohio University. To begin, we listen to the chamber orchestra performing a part of Mozart's Symphony No. 41, the Jupiter. A full symphony orchestra is one of the showpieces of the School of Music. Here is a dramatic moment from Benjamin Britten's Sinfonia da Requiem. Chamber music is an important part of the musical life at Ohio. Here is the University Trio, Alice Sanoff piano, Sheldon Sanoff violin, and Leighton Conkling cello, in the opening of Schubert's Trio in B-flat. Wind and percussion players, too, enjoy playing in the smaller ensembles. Next, we hear a group of students in one section of a contemporary piece by William Albright entitled Foils for Wind and Percussion. The School of Music takes pride in its artist faculty, many of whom frequently perform both on and off campus. Professor Sheldon Sanoff plays for you now part of the Fritz Kreisler Preludium and Allegro for violin. Faculty members appear from time to time as soloists with the chamber orchestra. Professor David Lewis plays for us a passage from von Weber's Concertino for Clarinet. Professor George Katz, internationally known pianist, has concertized both in the United States and abroad. Here is Mr. Katz playing a few measures from the Chopin Sonata in B minor, Opus 58. The interest in experimental music is strong at Ohio University. The next excerpt is an excellent example of electronic music with a solo instrument. Robert Smith, professor of brass instruments, is the trombonist in this excerpt from Jacob Druckmann's Animus 1 for trombone and magnetic tape. The next faculty artist is Sue Katz, who recently completed a year of study abroad under a Fulbright grant. Mrs. Katz, a coloratura soprano, sings a short section of the Thomas opera, Hamlet. A number of student recitals are given each year to fulfill graduation requirements. Next, we hear senior saxophonist David Danko and pianist Carol Tepper in an excerpt from Paul Creston's Sonata for Saxophone and Piano. Student soloists appear with the university orchestra each spring after competitive auditions. Here is senior Ruth Masing playing a brief portion of César Franck's Symphonic Variations for Piano and Orchestra. The most impressive of the university's fine pipe organs is the magnificent 4-manual 58-rank Mueller organ, a gift of trustee John W. Galbraith. Here is graduate student Richard Webb performing in Memorial Auditorium a portion of Bach's Prelude and Fugue in B minor. Like all the university's musical organizations, the Women's Glee Club is open to all students by audition. Next, a brief portion of a Swabian folk song in a setting by Johannes Brahms. Ohio University men who sing find a great deal of musical satisfaction in the Men's Glee Club. Here are the men in a few measures of Come Again, Sweet Love by Dowland. A highly select group of voices, the university's singers are heard on campus and throughout Ohio in many appearances each year. We hear them now in a sacred work, a brief portion of O Magnum Mysterium by Victoria. The largest of the choral organizations at Ohio is the University Chorus. Orchestra and chorus combine in this performance of Omnes Generationes from Bach's Magnificat. The brass choir performs a wealth of original brass music ranging from the Renaissance and Baroque periods to the present. Here is music from 16th century Venice, the Gabrieli Canzone Quarti Toni. The first organization to appear each fall is the Marching Band, famous for its colorful halftime shows. Tuned to the times, the band here plays its own arrangement of Downtown. We are equally proud of our fine concert band. Here, to conclude our recording, are the closing measures of Gregory Busch's Modal Miniatures for Band. We hope that you have enjoyed this brief sampling of musical organizations, student and faculty soloists at Ohio University. As you have heard, there is much stimulating musical activity in the School of Music. An invitation is extended to you to visit our campus in Athens.